Hello and welcome back to a new Rage Gaming video. My name is Hollow and today we're talking more Demon Souls Remake because just last night we got some huge news and a lot of weird stuff happened too. Not only did we get a fantastic new gameplay trailer to take a deep look at and break down, but we also got a surprise announcement that I actually made a video speculating about, and I can't believe it. Yes! Demon Souls Remake is launching with a PS5, it's real, we'll be playing it in less than 2 months, that's insane. You might be wondering, how is this possible? They only announced it recently. How do we know this? Because they didn't say it in the actual Sony event. Is the game going to be on PC like it promised at the end of the trailer that wasn't on the official PlayStation stream, but pulled from the Sony YouTube channel suddenly? There's lots to talk about, so let's get on with it. Where to begin though? I think we'll just quickly appreciate the trailer and what we saw because I'm sure we all watched it, right? As expected at this event, we saw some real gameplay showing some basic kills, a couple animation kills, and the first demon and mini-boss of the game at the top of the stairs called the Vanguard. Some people, understandably, were confused about the fact that this dude, the guy playing, was one-shotting everything. In the original game, at this point, you'd be somewhere between 2 and 3 hits on these pleb enemies before you kill them, and the knights certainly needed more than a casual one-tap. I'm thinking for the trailer, they just gave the player an upgraded weapon so that it's smooth and he progresses quickly to the boss area in time. I certainly doubt it's going to be like this in the actual gameplay. There's still that classic backstab animation in which he casually boots them off his sword, which was always satisfying as hell. There's the new rolling, which seems thankfully much less restricted than the original XY axis rolling we had to deal with in the original Demon Souls, and of course also Dark Souls 1. Plus there's that new parry animation, keeping faithful to the original aggressive slam at the end of the parry, but now it's got a lot more lift and weight behind it as he slams them into the ground. And that's what this is all about. Minor improvements to add, say, real weight and improve those animations while still keeping the original feel. So great work here to Bluepoint. Visually the game is looking amazing, it's gorgeous. The animation that plays after every kill when you collect some souls, or the light reflecting off the classic armor, the fluted armor set. Not to mention the sound design and everything's top tier too. Just listen to it. Yep, I'm loving it. But my question throughout all of this has always been, what have they changed? What is new in this remake, not remaster? For example, we have better control of a character. That makes everything easier because we now have more control to avoid things. With that, have the enemies remained the same? Have they changed the enemies, the basic plebs and the bosses too? The first boss of the game, the mini-boss simply called Vanguard here, in the past he had slow, wide sweeping swings that would also destroy the environment and also knock you off your feet. And as we see in this new version, those wide sweeping blows remain, but with a bit more speed to them and that perfectly captured weight on the strikes and the hits. This poor player is getting beat around and even staggers if he tries to block. Anyway, the change here that I saw was there was no butt slams being used. He used to do this sort of butt bounce attack that you recognize maybe from the first boss of Dark Souls, those thick boys that use their weight to slam the ground. I would have loved to see something as silly as that in this updated version. Anyway, later in the trailer, after the player is totally crushed by the Vanguard, we get a nice glimpse of different areas and bosses. We saw a few sections of the mines and multiple bosses like the Armored Spider, the Tower Knight, the Red Dragon on that cursed bridge, and also the Gargoyles and Flame Lurker himself. What we can say for sure is that the areas themselves have been altered, they've been changed. The Flame Lurker section is totally different. Instead of being a sort of dark, long rectangular room with some pillars on either side of you, we now have a much more circular room with, hey, yeah, there's the pillars all around us, but it's more of an arena to fight in the center of. For the boss itself, Flame Lurker only used his basic punching attacks, which were the same in the original game. And after going through and comparing, I couldn't see any real changes between the original bosses and these new versions in the attacks that they showed in the trailer. At least it was just too short, sadly, to really break that down. So I remain left wondering if they'll update the bosses to feel faster or have new mechanics to alleviate the fact that we now have much better control over our character. Maybe it's not even needed and it'll be fine, but I think I'd like to see it improved all the same. Alright, so Demon Souls Remake is a launch title for the PS5. what on earth happened here? I was watching this trailer all excited and hopeful because, as you might know, I made a video speculating that, hey, I think this is going to be a launch title, to many people's surprise. Now, the reason for that was due to different leaks and interactions between, say, Sony execs. Firstly, it was rated in Korea on August 13th, which was done way early if it wasn't going to be a launch title. The trailer and blog post for the new PS5 tech that talked about and showed different PS5 titles that were looking to be launch titles did include Demon Souls. And it was revealed that Bluepoint actually planned to announce the remake way earlier than they actually did in the end because it was delayed due to COVID, so maybe we would have seen this announcement at E3 or even earlier. And lastly, the two Sony execs who specifically talked only about Demon Souls on the PS5 at basically the same time, not even mentioning any other games during that trailer. So that's how we had the idea, the hope that it'd be a launch title, and sure enough, it is awesome. But what was particularly weird about this though is that it still wasn't confirmed or mentioned anywhere in the trailer that was shown during the PlayStation event last night. The trailer itself ended with the Demon Souls logo and then just faded to black. That was the moment we were expecting to see a release date, and there was just nothing. Then it wasn't even mentioned in the official PlayStation blog post for the game. But then suddenly, people were tweeting me about Jeff Knightley and how he had claimed it was officially a launch title. And with that, the blog post for the PlayStation and its prices released, and inside that post were the official launch titles for the PS5. Sitting right there, all casual in that list, was the Demon Souls Remake. What a very peculiar, strange way to announce this launch title. A convoluted mess, but at least we know now. But somehow, guys, it gets weirder. Look at this image. This was shown at the end of the trailer, posted on the official PlayStation YouTube channel. This was what should have played at the end of the trailer during the actual event, but didn't. Two main things here. It's a PlayStation 5 exclusive, like we expected, but the line at the bottom says, not available on other consoles for a limited time. Also available on the PC. What on earth? This would mean it's a PC release at the same time as the PlayStation 5 release, which, hey, would be awesome. But shortly after this trailer was released and posted everywhere, they took the trailer down and went silent for like half an hour to an hour, and quickly came back with this after talking to Kotaku. Sony told Kotaku that the whole coming to PC and other consoles was a mistake. The rep attributed the incorrect information to human error. In my opinion, Demon Souls Remake is going to come to the PC, but not for a little while. It makes sense. Like many other games lately, it'll be a temporary exclusive to the PS5 and eventually come to PC. But obviously they don't want to announce that just yet because they want people to buy PS5s, and Sony probably paid for the exclusive. Some dummies leaked it and it somehow made it onto our screens because of this. But anyway, they did re-upload the trailer with a new end screen that looks like this, just basically the same without the text at the bottom. In conclusion, these are my final thoughts. I hope they update the bosses to match the updated control of our character, making the fights more interesting mechanically. If that's necessary, it might not be. The Demon Souls Remake is confirmed launching with the PS5, which is a lot sooner than we originally expected, but I was totally right in my speculation, so take that, people who doubted me. You were reasonable to doubt me. And lastly, I believe this remake will come to the PC, and I'd even hazard a guess that it'll be in the second half of 2021 if we're lucky. But there you have it. Lots of Demon Souls news right here, and I tell you what, I love it. I've managed to get my pre-order for the digital version of the PS5 thanks to the absolute champion and hero, Captain Fluke. Thank you. And I hope you guys are as excited as I am, not just for Demon Souls, but the next gen of gaming as a whole. There were tons of games that look really good at the event, so I think it's going to be a good time for gaming very soon. Thank you for watching. I've been Hollow, you've been you, and I'll see you next time.